Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only James Williams Dog Waters. Man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So I tried to do this video the other way where you like make it all nice with the different stuff in it. You gotta cut back and forth. Excuse me. And that just don't work for me. I'm sitting there, man, it's taking too much time when I can just get on here and say what the hell I got to say. So I decided that's what I'm gonna do. Let's start off with this right here. Everybody's unseen this photo of Prince Charles. The red photo of Prince Charles. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to show it to you real quick because it's much easier to do it this way than to do it any other way. Matter of fact, I'll show you the video of the damn gone thing. Video. Shorty talking about it.
Did you just see that in the headlines? Of course, I'm referring to this official portrait of King Charles. I'll get that back up again if you've only just tuned in.
Excuse me, he's a king.
You know, sometimes when your mum tells you if you can't say anything nice, say nothing at all. I shall hand over then to Sean Bailey. What do you make of this?
I really liked it. It's a little bit red, but other than that, I really liked it. I thought it was a nice sort of artistic interpretation of a very proud uniform. That.
Stop, pause. Let's start off right here. This is the king, and this is Jonathan Yao, the artist. And let me say this. I'm looking at the photo like everybody else look at the photo. I'm like, this is a weird photo. Who takes a picture like this? I mean, who has an artwork done of them like this? This is weird, right? Surface level, weird. You're supposed to be a king. What king wants himself to be red and look like he's wrapped in hellfire? When you go look at the comments all over the entire damn internet, all over the internet, not internet, the internet, because the internet is for y'all. The internet is for them. So all over the internet, people are saying, man, that's weird. That's freaky. That's crazy. Why would he do that? And so I'm looking around, I'm looking at it and seeing it. And I'm saying, okay, yeah, I agree with everybody. That's weird. What in the Sam hell is going on? So I start to dig. And I say, I'm going to pull out my shovel. I'm going to dig. Yes, sir. I'm going to dig on this mother fluffer. So I dig on the mother fluffer. I dig on the mother fluffer. And I dig on that mother fluffer. Let me show you something. 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 We need to open this up. I dig on the mother fluffer, right? Now, all over the internet, they've taken that same red photo or painting, and I guess you would say they made a duality of it where you can see the image on both sides. And it looked like it's a Baphomet skull in the middle. Then old Tony Merkel from the confessionals posts a photo. I'm subscribed to Tony. Now, and I get the little feed, and I say, I'm going to take a look at that later. That was early this morning. He posted it. And so finally, when I get around to looking at it, let me show you what I found. Let me show y'all what I found. I'm pretty sure Tony may have found this as well. But I'm still going to show you what I found. Can you see that? All right, you can see that. Now, I want you to observe this thing right here in the middle. You can see my mouth? See that right there? What that look like to you in the middle? That don't look like no Baphomet head in the middle. I'm not talking about this right here. I'm talking about that right there. All that right there. I'm going to tell you what it looked like. I'm going to show you what it looked like. Because I'm sitting there saying, man, these people, wow. These people, wow. These people, wow. These people, wow. In the other video, I'm trying to explain all this and splice this in. I ain't got no time for that. I don't even rock like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Watch this. Watch this. That's exactly who that is, right there. Old Moloch. Right there in the picture, this old Moloch. That's who it is. Moloch. And so I'm sitting there saying to myself, I say self, why in the Sam hell would Moloch be in the middle of a photograph with the king? And then I realized whatever spirit that is your supervising spirit, to be clear, the Most High is my supervising spirit. My direct supervisor name is Ruach Elohim. People call him the Holy Spirit. Jesus Christ, Yeshua, as people like to argue about. His name is Yeshua, is my Lord and Savior. So let's not play no games. I don't hear none of that foolishness. All this, oh, you got this. Shut up, mother fluffer. The point I'm making is this. Whoever your supervising spirit is, typically when you take a photograph or you have a painting, that supervising spirit is going to be there with you. So we now understand that the supervising spirit for the king is old Moloch. But what is Moloch directly associated with? And then it's worse than that. Where did the little little skinny lizard dude take Anderson Cooper to? He took him to a high place, and it was a Canaanite high place. And at that high place, they worshiped who? Moloch. So, let me make myself big. So, if you like me, if you like James Williams Dog Water, the Stink on the Ambassador, let me plug this up right here. Let's see what I'm saying. So I can act it out for you. Might be dramatic for a second. Hold on, like I'm on set in the movies. So I could be an actor in a movie. Ain't nobody gonna be P. Diddy and me for no movie role. That's why I would never be in the movies. Because they're gonna be like, we want P. Diddy. And I'll be like, nah, I'm gonna put these hands on. I'm about to anoint you with these palms. I'm not even gonna punch you. I'm gonna palm strike you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm talking about I'm smashing nose, smash eyes, but I'm sorry, I digress. Where was I? So I'm sitting there saying, hey, bro, this is crazy. All these people roll with Moloch. Every last one of them. Every Mad Jack one of them roll with Moloch. It's all about the children. It's all about the children. But I fly off the handle and I said, nah, that's not what a smart researcher does. He doesn't just come to a conclusion. Let's just start at a logical place. Let's go and check out the artist first before we come to this conclusion, right? So I said, okay, calm your behind down. Check out the artist, right? So I go through the artist's Twitter. There's nothing weird about the artist. He's weird, but I don't see anything particularly weird outside of the fact that the artist himself has done a lot of paintings for people. You and I would probably say people like Kevin Spacey, right? But he's a guy with his family. I go through his Twitter looking for him saying things because these people like to say things publicly, but I don't see him saying anything. I'm talking about I go through all the way back to 2017. Now I don't see anything. So I say, all right, let's just listen to what he says about his artwork. And then this happens. And I'm like, all right.
Part of the job of a portrait painter is to record what's on the surface. But part of it is to work out what you don't see immediately and what people maybe don't want to show you.
Now, part of what an artist's job is to work out what's on the surface. Another part is to see what's not. Say it again, Jonathan.
Part of the job of a portrait painter is to record what's on the surface.
Record what's on the surface.
But part of it is to work out what you don't see immediately.
Part of it is to work out what you don't see immediately.
And what people maybe don't want to show you.
And what people don't want to show you. Somebody may say, Stink on the Ambassador. Hold on, let me get this off. You hear me better. Some of you may be saying, Stink on the Ambassador, that don't make no damn sense. I feel like you just jumping to conclusion. I understand. But you got to understand what he's saying as an artist. What he's essentially telling you is, I capture what's on the surface, and then I capture everything else. And so I started looking at some of his artwork. And he truly is capturing what's at the surface and other stuff. Now, for the record, if you want to make a headline real quick on the YouTube, go find the artwork of Kevin Spacey and do the same thing that was done with the Prince Charles artwork. And I guarantee you're going to find something there. Because, Kevin was wild. And it hurts my heart because, man, I loved him as Frank Underwood. You can't be touching on children. And I can't support you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was Kaiser Soze. Guys, come on. You Kaiser Soze, dog. You mess with people children. So, whatever. I digress. So, the artist, let me finish up where I left off.
I've often thought that a portrait is really a record of an encounter between two people.
I don't know anybody named Alistair. Do y'all know anybody named Alistair? If you're in the audience, your name is Alistair, I want to talk to you because you're probably creepy. I just want to see your face because he looks creepy, but nonetheless, keep on.
The question is whether it tells you more about the sitter or the artist.
So Alistair posed a great question. What does the portrait tell you more about the sitter or the artist? And I really thought about it. I said, Alistair has a good point. The portrait is capturing something. And so I went to the artist. And I really don't see anything other than maybe he has a special ability to see you paint what's really there as opposed to what you perceive to be there. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Okie dokie. It is what it is. We're going to let it be. And so I say to myself, I said, so, all right. We understand that something's going on with the king. I don't even want to call him a king. We understand that something's going on with the king. Something going on with the king that's got to do with Moloch. So then this thing about Jimmy Savile starts flashing in my mind. Ain't nobody but the Holy Spirit telling me, look at Jimmy Savile. So I said, okay. I remember Alex Jones years ago saying that Prince Charles was with Jimmy Savile and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, all right, let me go look. Let me go look. Let me just go see what I could find. Right. And the only reason why I'm showing this, many of you already know this. The only reason why I'm showing this is because I don't want somebody to sit there and say, well, you just be making up stuff. You just be saying stuff. This is the internet. On the internet, you need to provide some kind of proof of what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to just show you. Because it's the internet. And the internet be like, hey, you making up stuff. What's going on? What's happening here? All kind of stuff moving around, all kind of stuff in the wing. It's going down out here in these streets. It's going to be all right, though. It's going to be all right. Watch this. Share my screen. Share a window. All right, this is him with his buddy. That's him with his buddy. My buddy and me. My buddy. My buddy and me. And so I find him with his buddy. And I'm like, all right, so we know his buddy was on some wild stuff. Now, I didn't know how wild his buddy was. I ain't gonna lie to you. I knew his buddy was wild, but I didn't know exactly how wild his buddy was. His buddy was the wildest of all wildest buddies that you could ever find yourself around. He was pretty much Chucky. Remember the Chucky doll that was running around? He was Chucky for children. Straight up Chucky for children. Remember how Chucky used to run around and kill adults? He was Chucky. And when you actually look at him, I mean, just look at him. Jimmy, I'm talking about, not Charles. I'm talking about Jimmy. Look at that. That's what you're looking. That's wickedness you looking at. What a photo. I'm gonna make it zoom in, like Blue say. Zoom in on him. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Move it down. Zoom in on him. Now, I'm not even gonna go into the emblems and symbols on his chest. Y'all know. Tell me. I don't want to look. I don't want to do much damn research on this wicked bastard. But what I'm gonna say to you is this. So I say, all right, that's his homie. Let's just go and do a quick search. Okay, Jimmy Savile is evil, right? That's all I'm gonna do. Jimmy Savile is evil. And then this comes up. And I'm like, oh, bruh.
As being a predatory paedophile. And I went, no. I said, he's weird. I said, he's really weird. But I've never heard that. He said, he was investigated by the police. So I said, okay, well, I'll have a look at it and see. Jimmy Savile, in his time, was probably the most well-known, famous individual as far as television goes in the country. At the time of his height, there was only two broadcasters. There was ITV and BBC.
BBC.
And he was massive. He was...
I want to make a point to you. If you sit and you watch BBC News for anything, I want you to understand, to this day, if you watch BBC News for anything, something is wrong with your noggin. Because they had this man in BBC, the head of children's programming at BBC. You understand what I'm saying? So if you watch BBC and you listen to anything them people got to say on there, something's wrong with your noggin. I'm just going to keep it real with you. Let me let the dude talk because it's almost over.
Untouchable. And so the fear that existed around him still remained, even though he died. He had a legacy about him. And so they were incredibly nervous, particularly nervous about trying to do something about someone who'd dead. He wasn't able to defend himself, and I totally understand that. Of course, the story is not that whether the police did the investigation or how they did it, but that Jimmy Savile is a paedophile. That's the story. So I said, can I run with it? So I went to ITV and I said, look, I've got this story. And of course, their response was, yeah, how on earth are you going to tell that? And I said, listen, it needs to be told. And at this point, he just died. And I said, listen, there's something here. There is definitely something here. And the exec producer at the time said, what's him up? Why don't you give it a run? Have a look at it. And I very quickly started to realize that actually there's a lot of people out there who'd been talking about him online. So I started to speak to these people, track these people down, and they tell me information. And one of the things about being an investigator is that talk to everybody. And when you talk to them, say, is there anybody else I need to talk to? And then follow up on them. And then before you know it, you've started with 3 or 4 people and you've now suddenly got 14 or 15 people.
Now, I'm not going to go deep into this. I don't think we need to go much further than this. You get the point I'm making to you. Now, I'm not going to pull this up on the YouTube. And I'm not going to put this on my video on the YouTube, but it is on the YouTube. And I want you to look this up yourself. When this video ends, I want you to type in Jimmy Savile hard on and watch the video that comes up with him on the BBC with children sitting on a sofa. I'm going to delete that last part. Cut that, James. Remind yourself to cut that. But I want you to see. And that's this man's homie. That's his homie. To the point where he's photographed with him. And at the same time, Moloch, the god of child sacrifice, is popping up in the background of his painting. I think that's all I got for y'all, folks. I think that's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. And I do want to address one more thing. It's almost time for us to do Bible study. We got Bible study in 20 minutes. I'm going to say this. I did this thing about Kamala Harris and showed her neck. And I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Some of you mother fluffers act like you crazy. Now, the middle part of her neck, that could be some kind of surgery. But them right and left hand side part of her neck, that ain't no damn surgery. I'm sorry, that's not. That looked like somebody opened up a pack of Pringles. You know, a little Pringle can? Opened up a can of Pringles and took the stack. You know how they fold over in the stack? You got to hold it like this. And they put a stack of Pringles over here under her skin and a stack of Pringles over here under her skin. You go find me another human neck that look like that. Go find me a human, in the words of Urinal Havari. Go find me a human neck like that and show it to me, and I will apologize. That ain't no human neck. That's all I'm going to say. Stunt County Ambassador is out of here. Peace out. Y'all take it easy. Have a good day. Dang on good day, sir. Good day to you, sir. Good day to you, sir. I said good day.